Hey everyone, so I have a really bad habit of jumping from camera system to camera system. And unless you're listening to this on autoplay and not paying attention to your phone, it's obvious. I pre-ordered the R5. Yep, I maxed out a new Adorama credit card. Are you allowed to talk about finances on here? This is not financial advice. Today I wanted to walk you guys through specifically why I pre-ordered this camera, beyond the hype, beyond the specs. How do I see myself using this for the next 3 years? How does it fit into my kit? We're gonna talk about that today. To start, let me take you back to my first DSLR, the Canon 80D. Now this was a great camera, still is a great camera. I use it to vlog, shoot time lapses, and it's kind of like a oh shit's getting sketchy kind of camera now. So like if conditions are bad, I'll take it out and use it. But at its core, that camera is a consumer level body. It didn't offer the pro features that I was interested in to push my videos forward and allow me to experience new concepts of creating videos that I hadn't before. At the time, I craved 120 frames per second slow motion, log profiles, full frame, enter the Sony a7 III. Another amazing camera. At the time, I was working for the University of Kentucky, traveling with the athletic teams, and this quickly became my handheld run and gun solution for filming these great athletes. This is also the camera that I had stolen in Singapore last summer. There was nothing wrong with this Sony, and this camera taught me a lot, but around a year ago, the reality of the camera started to set in for me. In the a7 III, you have a full frame mirrorless camera that shoots 4K video, it shoots 120 FPS slow motion, but at only 100 megabits per second, and all at a 420 color sampling and an 8-bit. Now, if that's not something that's clicking with you immediately, that's fine. This is all camera codec related stuff. How the camera actually saves the information from the sensor to the memory card. Things like color bit depth and sampling affect your ability to push the image around in post-processing when you're editing, be it color grading or VFX. This is knowledge that I started to pick up while working at Kentucky using cameras like the Arri Amira and Panasonic VariCam. Cinema cameras like those are capable of recording a much higher quality of footage when stacked up against your standard DSLR or mirrorless camera. Think about your phone. Your phone probably shoots some form of 4K. The 4K from your phone will never look as good as something like an a7 III or a GH5. This holds true when comparing something like an entry to mid-level DSLR mirrorless and something like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. Which, spoiler alert, was the next contestant on my hot fantasy camera romance. This absolute monster changed the game for me as a creator. I learned an incredible amount in such a short time span: false color, dual native ISO, working with raw clips, and of course, the ultimate blessing of USB-C, non-proprietary recording options. Samsung T5s. I'm still blown away by the images that this camera can produce, and that's why I'm keeping the Pocket 6K. Regardless of what technology advances are made within the next 2 to 3 years, I know that this camera will continue to produce a rich, beautiful image that I can use on any level of production. So, why the R5 again? As much as the 124K and 8K RAW options excite people, that's not why I'm buying this camera. Those modes are great, and I can't wait to try them out. But I'm buying this camera for every other reason. The autofocus, the flip screen, the IBIS and the lens stabilization, the high quality codecs, the ability to still use my EF glass on this body. It is a chore to take the 6K some places. We're talking a whole nother suitcase here. Just dedicated to that camera. The R5 allows me maximum portability while making little to no sacrifice in video quality. I imagine that 90% of the time I'll be shooting in 4K 24 and 4K 60, but that 4K is going to be downsampled from the R5's new 8K sensor. It'll be better quality 4K, it'll be 422, it'll be 10-bit, and I can't wait, I cannot wait to get my hands on that camera. I think that does it. That's why I pre-ordered the R5. I'm interested though in those of you who did or didn't pre-order this camera. Why or why not? Obviously it's expensive, but if you're a creative professional, surely you considered it. I'd like to know. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing. I've got a goal for the rest of 2020 to post 2 videos a week. I'm just starting this channel, so it really helps out early on if you guys would do that for me. If you love cameras like me, you're interested in the creative field, your support helps me to do more of this, and hopefully in return, you guys can learn something too. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.